Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to discuss about forest resources, and here the contents are displayed. Number one, introduction and types of forests, functions of forests and uses of forests, deforestation, case studies, Chipko movement, afforestation, forest degradation in India, timber extraction, mining, dams and their effects on forest and people. And it's an introduction about the forest resource. Etymology is nothing but forest means outside in Latin. What is the concept of forest? What is the meaning? The forest is a community of trees and associated organisms. It's an area of covering all the considerable area of important, utilizing air, water, and minerals to attain maturity. And approximately 1/3 of the Earth's total area is covered by the forest. And forests were the first temples of the divinity, and it is in the forest that men have grasped their first idea of architecture. Here, there are three types of forest: evergreen forest, deciduous forest, coniferous forest. The evergreen forest mostly is in the region of Western Ghats, that is Maharashtra, Karnataka and Kerala. And the lower hills of Western Ghats comes under the deciduous forest. Northern and southern hemisphere comes under the coniferous forest. A tropical wet forest is normally found in the equatorial region of wet Karnataka, Kerala, and having a temperature of 25 to 27 degrees Celsius and having a rainfall greater than 200 centimeter. And the trees do not shed their leaves, and the forests have a multi-layered structure. Ebony, rosewood, and rubber are important trees of forest. And for more details, you can have a link here regarding the content of the tropical wet evergreen forest. Next, temperature deciduous forest, also called as temperate broad leaves forest. It's mostly found in northern hemisphere, that is America, East Asia, and the average temperature of the forest is about 50 degrees Celsius. And the trees shed their leaves yearly. And the trees have thick bark which act as a barrier from drying of trees. And I have provided a link for the detailed information regarding the temperature deciduous forest. And coniferous forests are mainly made up of cone-bearing trees such as spruce, pines, and firs. The leaves of these trees are either small and needle-like, scale-like shape, and these trees stay green all around the year and found in northern and southern hemisphere. Again, provided a link for the detailed information regarding coniferous forest. And these are some basic functions of forests: the productive function, regulative function, auxiliary function. So here in the productive, we are utilizing for timber, bamboos, woods, all those things, and the productive function conservation of soil and water, and prevention of drought, protection against wind, cold, radiation, noise, and regulatory absorption, storage, and releases of gas. An auxiliary function is forest provides aesthetic habitat to various flora and fauna. Productive uses against gums, resins, and we are getting almost all the food products from the forest. That is honey, pulp, medicines, okay. And soil erosions, drought, floods. These are some productive functions of the forest. And here I provided you questions for your for the triggering some information related with this erosion type. And regulatory function, as we discussed earlier, the forest regulates the oxygen balance. It is a carbon dioxide release and oxygen consumption in the atmosphere, and the forest also helps in regulating the temperature conditions. Auxiliaries, as already discussed, aesthetic values and habitat to various flora, fauna, and recreational value. And benefits from forests. And these are the major benefits. So raw material we are providing for the industries, and timber for building purpose, and natural habitat for travel, and beauty of landscape tourism, mining and wood fuels. Again, here I provided a link for your reference to get a detailed information regarding the benefits from forests. Deforestation. What is the meaning of deforestation? This is the basic reason cause for the global warming. It's the removal of forest or stand of trees where the land is there for converted in non-forest use. We are simply exploiting the natural resource such that the global warming is keep on increasing every time. And the permanent destruction of forests is called deforestation. Again, here I provided a link for your kind information. What are the causes of deforestation? Construction of roads, hydroelectric projects, mining, forest fire. These are the major cause of deforestation. Apart from that, population explosion, shifting cultivation, infrastructure development, forest fires, overgrazing, natural forces, growing food demand, firewood. These are the another cause of deforestation. What are the effects of deforestation? Soil erosion, expansion of desert, decrease in rainfall, loss of fertile land, effect on climate, lowering of water table, economic losses, loss of biodiversity, and overall environmental change. Again, it's a link for your information regarding the deforestation effects. And it's a case study related to Chipko movement. It's initiated in the year 1973. In another term, we used to call it an hugging movement. It is best known for its tactic of hugging trees to prevent them being cut down and to prevent commercial timber harvesting. Locally, it is called as Angwa, and Chipko means tree hugging or embraces the villages of the trees. So this one was spread in the hills of Uttarakhand in the 1970s. First Chipko March 1974 in Reni village. Success of Chipko movements. Here you can have a link that you can able to see the more information related to the Chipko movements. Afforestation and control measures. The conservation measures against the deforestation is afforestation. The development of forest by planting trees on the wasteland is called afforestation. The main objective is to control the deforestation, soil erosion, and to regulate the rainfall and maintain the temperature. And here I provided some question to figure some information related to afforestation. And it's a detailed information regarding the forest degradation in India and its statistical report is provided. And here I provided a link regarding the forest degradations. Mining is another major cause of forest degradations. And what are the types of mining? Surface mining and underground mining. The steps involved in surface mining is exploration, development, exploitations, ore processing, extraction and purification of minerals. And here, students, you have to discuss the environmental effects of mining. And timber extraction of timber is a major intervention in the forest stocks and inevitably causes disturbance to flora and fauna. And timber extraction leads to depletion of wood resources. Dams and effects on forest and tribal peoples. Dams are the massive artificial structure built across the river to create a reservoir in order to store water for mainly beneficial purpose. And the effects of dam projects lead to killing of wild animals, widespread loss of forest in recent years, hydroelectric projects, waterlogging and salinity. And here again I tag a question for you regarding why tribal peoples depends on forests. So each and everyone has to present on their own perceptions. Let us have that conclusion at the end of the session. Thank you.